this is Nutty Ratchet. Just going to give you a few of my quick rundown through what happened on Smackdown and some of my thoughts about it. Because obviously I was a bit pissed with the draft, and I just wanted to let you know what I thought about how they handled it on Smackdown and how I see it as positive of what's going to happen. Okie dokie. They opened the show with Chris Jericho coming out and doing his farewell to Smackdown speech. Kofi came out and Kofi and Chris had a nice little match. Jericho's very good at promos. He did it very well. He gave Kofi the rub, lifted him up. It was a good little match, and Chris kind of passed his torch to Kofi, which I think worked quite well. Chavo came out and did the sort of like, yay, I'm not a jobber anymore, and then promptly chokeslammed him, which I thought was quite funny. I really, really hate the Shad Gaspar promos though. I kind of get the whole he's using the it's my time thing, but it's sort of like, okay, it's your time. Do something with it, because otherwise you're just wasting our time. Then we had Cody Rhodes and John Morrison. This was a nice little match. Quite a few people seem to think that Cody Rhodes should be higher than mid-card, but I actually think they're doing with Cody what they should have been doing with everybody. Is they start them off as a tag team, they take them to the Intercontinental, they take them to the World title. It's how it works. It's much better when they build them that way, because they build them as more solid stars, and they're far more accepted by the fans, and it works better. Personally, I think John Morrison probably should have got the win in this match, because I think he needed the boost going on to Raw more than Cody needed the boost arriving on SmackDown. The whole Jack Swagger mini promos thing was just dull. I just find Swagger boring in general. I don't know if anything can save him for me, really. However, straight after one of the horrendously dull Jack Swagger promos, we got Edge and Christian, and this was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. Edge came out and tried to did his cut his face goodbye thing. Christian came out and they had the whole Edge and Christian moment and teasing them teaming up, and it was just like, oh. And then Christian just went, yeah, but everything you just said is just complete bullshit. Obviously, he didn't use those words because it's a PG show, but that was the inference, and it was just sort of like, it worked perfectly because it was boosting Edge's heel turn and bringing Christian onto Edge's level in 5 minutes, and I just thought it was brilliant. It was just absolutely brilliant. I loved the whole Edge going, I'm supposed to be a face. Fuck it, I'm a heel. I just loved it. I thought it was really good. Excuse my language, but I really enjoyed that segment. Beth Phoenix with Kelly and Michelle Cole with Layla. Really nice way to bring in Kelly. It was very much, welcome to the face table, Kelly. And that was about it. I quite like Dolph Ziggler coming, because he came out and did his little, yeah, I knocked out a hornswoggle for everybody. Thanks, Dolph. We like that. They did the backstage thing with Matt Hardy. I think this is actually a sensible way to go, because Matt was very tired. He's injured. He was getting really down about the whole being in WWE, and they know, they're not stupid, they know that Jeff is nagging him about going to TNA, and I think they've given him a bit of breathing space to get himself feeling better, so that when he comes back he can go back to enjoying it, which is exactly what they needed to do. They needed to say, it's okay, take a bit of time, you're still getting paid, which you won't have in TNA. They handled it the right way, put it that way. JTG did a nice little promo. JTG has so much more personality, even though it's a crap racist character. Every black guy has to be from the hood thing I hate, but I really like the fact that the guy he actually has charisma, he has character, and it's all the things that you wish Shad Gaspar had learned off him while they were in Crime Time. CM Punk came out, did his usual blah 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 blah. Got interrupted by MVP, who was like, "Okay, you're dull, you're boring. It's time to bring the party back." MVP came into the ring, got a few beats from the Straight Edge Society. Rey Mysterio came out and saved him, and set up Rey Mysterio versus. I'll get this out right in a minute. Rey Mysterio and MVP versus CM Punk and Luke Gallows. Faces went over. That was nice. I quite like Rey Mysterio and MVP as a team, actually. I think they're quite good. And after the match, Rey Mysterio got jumped again by a random guy in a hood. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with this random guy in the hood thing, because there was like they were reasonably sure it was one person at Extreme Rules, and now it seems to have been someone different on Smackdown. So I don't really know what they're doing with the random person in a hood thing. And at the end, they had Swagger come out to do his promo, yawn, and Teddy Long announced that the Big Show was going to be the #1 contender. One of the funniest bits throughout the show was Big Show just walking around, spotting a heel and just going, dunk! It's just brilliant. It was just all like, by the time he came out, he couldn't have made it any clearer through the space of the show that he was a face. It was just sort of like, I'm going to knock out all the major heels, come out and be a booming face, and it worked perfectly. He came out and everyone was chanting knock him out to Big Show, as in knock Swagger out, which was really good. I'm actually feeling really positive about SmackDown now. I really, 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 really like it. I like everything they've done with it. I like the way they transitioned. I think they gave the right people the push, 90%. They took what looked like a disaster from the end of the draft and made everybody they needed to make look credible. And they did a good job at it. And I'm actually now looking forward to SmackDown next week again. Which, brilliant. That's they went out and they did exactly what they needed to do, which I was really, really pleased about. For those of you who are wondering about the ROH DVD things, I am going to review Manhattan Mayhem as soon as I've watched it, so keep an eye out for that on the channel. I really want to do a Q&A at some point, so if you want to send me some questions, my phone's going off, if you want to send me some questions, then that would be absolutely brilliant. Send them to my personal box, in case I don't actually remember seeing them in the comments. But would love to hear some questions from you. Obviously, check out my vids on Wrestling Daily Show. It's like a diva segment thing. I know divas aren't the best, but there's loads of other guys on there too. They review everything: NXT, ROH, TNA, MMA, UFC, Raw. They do everything. So, and it's all different guys, and they're all really good. So do go and check out the Wrestling Daily Show. And that's me out for now. Take care, guys and girls, and I shall speak to you soon.